Hello and welcome everybody back to the Gigabyte Challenge number 6. This is the quarterfinal between myInsanity and Team Coast Gaming, Serbians versus Swedes. My name is Coucher and joining me is Benchy.
Hey, I'm here to relieve you a little bit after that absolutely epic game you were casting before that lasted for goodness knows how long. But, well, we're now here in the quarterfinals between Team Coast Gaming and myInsanity, and hopefully it won't last 70 minutes.
Well, it depends on what kind of game it is at the same time. I mean, I don't mind a 75-minute game, but if it's like 10 to 15 minutes pause in between on top of that, as well as just farming going on, then doing it as a solo cast just kind of kills your brain, let's say it like that.
Well, hopefully you can stay with us for a little bit longer because, well, we've got two very good teams coming up against each other. Both these two teams, they were the invited ones, both beating their qualified teams to get through to this point. Although Team Coast having a little bit more trouble than myInsanity did.
Yeah, myInsanity actually has been a pretty damn strong team overall lately. And to be honest, even their organization, just a fun fact, that their StarCraft players have been doing extremely great recently. Stardust and, completely forgetting the other name, but yep, all in all, doing really well. I think they even won DreamHack Valencia, one of their players. So yeah, myInsanity overall as an organization looks to be doing great. Hopefully, for their sake, their Dota team can also live up to the hype.
Yeah, Baz and I have actually followed myInsanity inside a lot of games that they support, whether it's Call of Duty 4, there's Counter-Strike Ghost Squad, they used to have a UK squad that used to do that, there's StarCraft 2 players, and even their Dota players. Something that's usually consistent about them is they like to play weird. They like to go for cheese, they like to go for weird stuff. They're known as the dark horses of practically every single tournament they join up to.
But speaking of, well, going for something weird and, well, not dark horses, but we do have a dark wolf at our hands. So, I mean, seeing a Lycan, actually I think I saw one yesterday. Did we see one yesterday?
Well, usually it's banned out, and at the same time, I suppose the only real surprise is that Lycan actually made it through the ban stage, because
Yes.
no one's going to be writing home about a Lycan pickup nowadays.
I mean, especially up on the Radiant side, arguably much weaker than on the Dire side because you just don't have that easy access to Roche. But still, that hero is extremely strong, and if they want to follow up, they can pick up something like a Shadow Shaman now to strengthen the push even more. Maybe straight up Death Prophet. Although Shadow Shaman I think would be a better pick, of course, unless myInsanity just grabs them at the moment.
Well, yeah, as obviously myInsanity, they do have that combo pickup, and there's a lot of good heroes still left on the board. It's one of the interesting things about the current meta in the sense of there's no one overpowered hero. You don't have that Meepo, you don't even have the Ember Spirit in the previous patch. You just simply got a whole bunch of really good heroes that you preferably would like to pick or ban them all, but that's just physically impossible. It really does allow for a lot of experimentation in terms of just general drafting.
Yeah, and myInsanity, I mean, there are actually only 25 seconds left in their bonus time. Although, I would have thought like that the Doombringer is kind of an obvious pickup at all times. But doesn't look like myInsanity was actually counting on those bans from Team Coast. So Faceless Void the first pick. And are we going to see something like a Tide Hunter or Doombringer now?
Well, there's, you could get the Scareth Mage, which we've seen that combo quite a bit. Or just go for something a little bit more, standard like a Shanra Shaman. Effectively, a Faceless Void, you can either build your entire team around him, or just simply has him in an offlaner with that ultimate, because even when he doesn't have farm, his ultimate is still possibly one of, if not the best ultimate in the game.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And it really just boils down to what you said, that the draft, there are just way too many good things, you can't ban them out, all of them, and you can't really pick them either up in the first phase. So they go for the Doombringer and Coast now. Actually they go for an Enigma instead of the Shadow Shaman. Wow.
That is a little bit risky against the Void and the Doom. It basically means that this Enigma, he's going to have to get a very fast Blink Dagger, no mech for him, get that Blink Dagger and be absolutely perfect, because if he even mispositions slightly, there's already two counters to him, two pretty hard counters.
Yeah, it's definitely risky, like you said. I have to agree. At least they do ban out the Skyriff Mage, so myInsanity won't have the double silence going for them. But still, and of course, Faceless Voice Skyref combo. But Shadow Shaman taken out by myInsanity. Smart ban there. Obviously makes it so that they don't want to go for themselves as the third pick, because they do have the first pick in the second round. Ancient Apparition taken out as another strong team fighter with the Ice Blast combined with the Chrono. But a hero, namely the Invoker, is not banned, so myInsanity, I really think an Invoker would just go greatly with their lineup.
Yeah, they could pick that up right there, gaining all that anti-team fight, even more stun. Bjub's coming in with that Faceless Void. And I'd say that even both versions of the Invoker, both the Exhort and the Quas Wex, would work pretty well in this situation. But it's going to be a Death Prophet instead. Going for the more, it's rather interesting standard pick, so to say, in this current meta. As Invoker slightly fell off a little bit due to the huge amount of, heroes like Death Prophet and, to some extent, Brewmaster has been picked up in his place.
Yeah, and actually the Brewmaster is available for either team if they really wanted to go for it. myInsanity, of course, they have 3 cores already, so that's probably all of their lanes decided, and most likely gonna be a Faceless Void safe lane farming, just to ensure that you get that ultimate early on and that you can actually do damage yourself in the Chronosphere. You don't really have to rely on external damage. But Coast now, I mean, they banned out the Nature Prophet themselves early. Shadow Shaman is banned already as well. Are they even going for more push, or do they want to kind of settle down now, just get solid supports? Something like a Rubik wouldn't be too bad at the moment, I think.
Well, they do need something stable out their lanes right now, because, interestingly enough, currently at the moment, an aggressive trialing coming out from myInsanity is not out of the question. Due to the fact you could put that Doom on the safe lane and have a Faceless Void and 2 aggressive supports, which while normally a Faceless Void trialing aggression sounds terrible, you've got to remember that Enigma's going to be in the jungle, and Lycan is not the best laner in that trialing versus trialing kind of situation.
Yeah, he definitely is not. Of course, Lycan, if they really wanted to, they could send him mid lane as well, although up against the Death Prophet, I don't know how smart that choice would be. And Coast, well, they are struggling with their picks, and funnily enough, myInsanity, of course, they went down to 16 seconds reserve time in the first phase already. So Coast might be looking at a similar situation soon enough now. But, I mean, even though they have 2 pushing heroes at the moment, they can still go for anything at all that just their heart desires.
Yeah, I would say that possibly something like a Shadow Demon would be a nice pickup right here. Just able to counter out that Faceless Void to some extent, as well as provide a little bit of lane stability and defense.
Oh yeah. And wow. Whoa. I mean, Dazzle, that hero, he rose to popularity quite heavily. And it's like he burned with an extremely strong fire or flame and just burned out and was never to be seen again almost. But now he's made it back. And Dazzle, of course, this is really good against the Doombringer, as well as I think the Faceless Void. You can just shallow grave them from outside the Chronosphere and keep them alive. But now myInsanity, they have the Witch Doctor, another hero to combo up with the Faceless Void.
Yeah, we are seeing those pub strats coming out. The 2 ultimates working together could do huge amounts of damage. Although, again, the Dazzle is a very nice pickup, as he does the same thing that Shadow Demon does. He provides a lane survivability, and he also counters, that ultimate coming out from Faceless Void. You just simply shallow grave whatever target Faceless Void is attacking, and it gives you the opportunity to, as long as he doesn't get caught in any silence or stuns himself, it gives you that opportunity to turn things around after the Chronosphere has ended.
Dragon Knight.
Well, and Coast, they go for the Dragon Knight now. He's a really tanky hero, so actually might be able to survive the Chronosphere at least earlier on in the game. Of course, the Dragon Blood armor does help out already against the Death Ward of the Witch Doctor. But, I mean, that just gives them some extra push now as well. Elder Dragon Form, Eidolons, Lycan, Dazzle healing up the minions. It's actually kind of scary, but then again, myInsanity, they have the Crypt Swarm for counter push, but apart from that, actually, they don't have much more at the moment. But if they ever win a team fight, they can easily go for towers themselves with the Exorcism.
Yep, right now what we're currently seeing is a Team Coast. If they can survive through the early game mostly intact, they'll be in a good position to, start taking towers and start putting aggression. Having said that, myInsanity, I do feel they've got the early game advantage, and even if they don't take control of that, they still do have a pretty good shot in the mid game. And obviously, you know, Faceless Void versus Lycan, it all turns that in a late game kind of carry battle, it all turns into whoever blinks first and makes the first mistake.
Yeah, at the moment, I think myInsanity has the easier to execute lineup, I have to say. Yes, they have to land the big chrono, but I think landing a chrono, at least a decent one, is much easier than landing a proper black hole. And just the black hole, even in the later stages of the game, it's just so sick, especially if you have the Doombringer as well. You can just chrono only one guy, just kill him off, doom another one, so that's already 2 heroes just out of the fight completely.
Yeah, because we are going to be waiting for these last few picks, and it is going to be an Alchemist, and they have a whole bunch of stun right now coming out from this team, as the Pugner is going to get picked in response. And that Pugner is a little bit interesting, because he generally wants a lot of levels himself. You've got the Dragon Knight on mid, and maybe a Pugner going off lane, assuming it's going to be an aggressive trialing coming out from myInsanity, going 1 versus 1 against the Doom.
Wow, this is really weird from Coast, because how are they going to lane this? Solen, he was their offlane player, or usually is. He played the center in the last game. But now as a Pugna, I guess they want to leave him safe lane and maybe just dual offlane with Dazzle Lycan.
I guess you could, as in this laning stage is actually pretty flexible coming out from, I'd say, both teams to some extent. As we are going to have that pause, the customary pause at the beginning of the game.
It's just mandatory, really. No pause, no game.
It's practically a rule at this point.
Indeed it is, and well, just to go over the lineups fast, as they tagged up for us nicely as well, although this is not a ticketed game, just because Toby asked them to. So, good for us. But for Ghost, Solen playing the Pugna with E-skills on the Dragon Knight, Ape Mother playing the Lycan with Frigolith on the Dazzle, and Steph Style to play the Enigma.
In the meantime, on the opposite side, not quite as tagged up, whereas booked up is Barana on the Alchemist, Road to 4K on the Witch Doctor, Cole on Death Prophet, Shash Avka on Faceless Void, and I think that's Dragon in the Jungle, if I remember what that name was actually referring to on the Doom.
I have no idea if it's Dragon. I just read it as Smudge, although I know that booked up is actually Victor. It's the acrylic letters, so to say.
Oh yes, we are also going to see some just the ordinary gift courier, that little piggy on the MYI side.
Oh, that. Man, I prefer myInsanity courier, so I hope the courier battle is won by them.
Yeah, cute little parrot. I want one of those in real life, just like a little parrot to deliver me things, and
Oh,
that would be
I think you
awesome.
would learn to dislike it soon enough when he just won't shut up.
Stop criticizing my Dota play, Squawkins.
Oh yeah. But it's just a traditional safe lane by myInsanity, of course. As Solen will indeed just be offlane Pugna. I mean, his movement speed is pretty good. Started with boots as well, so 370. But I mean, he only has 1 base armor, 492 HP. Yes, they have a crap ton of push, but Pugna, he most of all needs levels to actually do so. Get the Nether Blast. And up against this tri-lane, just paralyzing cask into unstable concoction equals easy kills.
I think they might have been assuming that they were going to go aggressive trialing right here, and well, he's going to be soon finding out that's a huge mistake. As I don't think he's going to get very much from his lane. Like what you said, yes, he's got a very nice movement speed, but he just doesn't have any survivability, not against this Witch Doctor and Alchemist stun combo coming out.
Well, at least he will keep the supports occupied, so they can't rotate into mid or something or try to gank the Dragon Knight. Although, I actually really thought that they're rather gonna send the Doombringer offlane than the Faceless Void. But, I guess Faceless Void can just time walk, time leap, time walk, yeah. Was right the first try. Time walk away. Although I still think that Doombringer might have been a better choice.
Well, Faceless Void is going to have a pretty nice time here, especially as they don't really have any stuns on the coast side in this tri-lane. You've kind of got the Enigma if he comes in, and Dazzle can be annoying with his harassment. But ignoring that, as in we see Faceless Void, he's got a whole bunch of regen in hand and a stout shield, meaning most of that harassment, he's going to have plenty of time to pick up some levels of farm compared to this Pugna, who's going to have to play super careful.
Yeah, but actually he's so damn speedy. I guess it's his, like, animation overall, or the way he looks, that the speed, the run looks so damn fast. Actually, Dragon, or the Doombringers, just went into the jungle to farm up there a little bit. So, road to 4k, the Witch Doctor, he's the one farming up on the lane. At least for the time being, and that's a little bit surprising to me.
Yeah, the real interesting thing is we have the Doom, he's jungling. And it's almost like his pub strats again, as, you know, jungling Doom, generally the jungle not giving quite as much farm and levels as a, you know, a safe lane carry. But I'm guessing because they know it's just a Pugna, they've got that ability to give that additional levels to the supports.
I actually don't think it's that bad of an idea at all, because he will still get reasonable farm. He is a level 3.5 already. Of course, hasn't found the best creep actually to continue the jungling, especially at the moment. The Hellbear Smasher, I think it's the worst creep. It doesn't give you any auras, no nothing, so it doesn't help at all. And so at the moment, Solan he's actually man fighting with Victor, and to be honest, it's going good for Solan, because if it's a dual lane like this, especially thanks to the observer that he has, or never mind me, Unstable Concoction channel, up out to the stolen. Nope, never mind. No follow up. Victor was just getting a little bit frustrated there.
Yeah, sadly, Road to 4K wasn't in the area.
Oh, the Paralyzing Cask! Is it gonna be enough? He should be fast, oh yeah. No double bounce. If only he had the Unstable Concoction now.
Yeah, but a little bit of a shame there, as in both of them not quite using their spells at the same time, meaning that Pugna is going to be able to get away and just regen back up. But at the same time, he has eaten through the majority of his regen at this point, pretty early into the game.
Yeah, it's definitely one positive there. But of course, Enigma keeps on farming up as well. He is almost the same level as Doom, a little bit ahead. Although, once you get higher points into the Demonic Conversion, your jungling is just gonna increase so much. You're gonna get it faster and faster and faster. And actually, he even has himself the Soul Ring now. So doesn't really need to worry about mana or his clarities that much. But of course, that way, I think the Doombringer jungle is maybe a little bit better still, because you can actually try to stay on par with the XP and gold gain.
Although, talking about XP and gold gain, the middle lane right now is completely... Well, we do see First Blood going out to Road to 4K right there, as the Witch Doctor does finally take out that Pugna. That combo coming into effect, and Pugna does get taken out. Lovely first pick there coming out from myInsanity. And it's going to work rather well due to the fact that their mid lane is completely destroying the Dragonite right now.
Yeah, it's not too surprising either. And well, actually, Dragonite is not that far behind, 16-1 compared to 21-5. Kohli, of course, can spam out his Crypt Swarm way more than the Dragonite can his Breathe Fire. But I think Dragonite, he's fine with the situation. Just once he hits level 6, I think that's what they're looking for. For Lycan to get some levels, at least level 3 Wolves, I think, is what he probably wants. And then Elder Dragon form, higher levels in... Oh, they're going for the Faceless Void and they're gonna get the kill. Steph Style made the rotation, Malphite, and was enough to just stop the Time Walk from coming out.
Yeah, Faceless Void just playing a little bit too aggressive right there, as it is worth noting they don't really have much vision in the enemy jungle, meaning Faceless Void is mostly just going to have to be sat with his map awareness as his only vision.
And, well, at the moment, it's going fine for both teams, I think. Definitely Coast, I still think they are coming out on top, because if they just get their levels, get the few core items like an early Mecha and Enigma maybe, the push might be too strong for him, myInsanity to stop. Especially the Faceless Void, well, he is almost level 5. But if you have the Chrono, but you have no damage to input into it, it's not that scary quite yet.
Yep, although Witch Doctor is going to be hitting his level 6 soon. And that's when the Chrono starts to become scary, even without items on the Void. Just because it sets up for a perfect Death Ward. And that Death Ward, even at level 1, does so much damage.
It most certainly does. And actually, do you think Coast should be looking to split push once they get it rolling for themselves? Because, yes, you can Chrono and just try to teamfight that one tower and defend that. But can or does myInsanity have enough resources to defend 2 towers at the same time?
I think they do actually have enough to defend at least more than one. If it's only, you know, if it's like a 2-on-3 push or even a 4-on-1, just because that Cronus, the Chronosphere basically means that so you can take a 2-on-4 engagement.
Yeah, I guess that is true enough, and we'll see if they can actually make that happen as well. At the moment, oh, Witch Doctor got the kill on Solen. I just caught the tail end of that, but actually that's a level 3 Maledict. That's what ticked him down in the end. I mean, it's actually something we don't see that often. But Paralyzing Cast going to Frigolite. He wants to go for more Maledict is there as well. Nice heal by doesn't, but the Paralyzing Cast bounces for the second time as well. And Road to 4K, he's the one TPing out now. Will he make it? Yes, he will. It's actually even Steph style wasted his TP there.
Yeah, but a little bit of an aggressive play right there, but it did force out the TP onto Solen, though probably wasn't going to go there in the first place. But either way, that's going to be the first 2 kills coming out for that Witch Doctor, and some very nice farm coming out from him. Already got his Arcane Boots, going for that Ring of Basilius.
But now Dragon together with Victor, they are on the hunt in the enemy jungle. Both of them are actually level 5. I think they got spotted out by the courier because we see just massive amounts of pings coming out. Ape Mother has himself the Vladimir's offering though. So Lycan, farm-wise, he's doing extremely well, 33 and 21, but it's to be expected because this Faceless Void, he had nothing to contest the farm of the Lycan.
Yeah, but you see this Faceless Void, he's actually had some, he's done a pretty good job in his offlane right now. Level 6, 18 and 3.
Oh man, just look at the Lycan Wolf chasing Dragon down. Man, once they hit level 3, once they get that invis, it's just a moving ward.
Yeah, but effectively, some of the best Lycan players, they can just basically use them as mobile scouting tools. Use that micro.
Well, he's feeding them at the moment because he just put them to follow, like, move command onto the heroes and just be done with it yourself. Although at the moment, fade away, 36 gold times 2. But Frigolite now mid lane, actually soaking up some XP on the Dazzle, so wants to get maybe that level 6, get his ultimate going. As Coast, so far they have yet to make a single move as far as their pushing goes.
Yep, and both these 2 teams, they are hitting those level 6. We've got the, well, we'll have the Doom up soon on the Doom. Surprisingly hitting his level 6 before the Witch Doctor on the opposite side. We've got the Chronosphere on the Void right now. The Death Prophet, she's got her ultimate, and now the push is going to start coming in, and this tower is going to melt down. Death Prophet ultimate or no Death Prophet ultimate.
You even have the Nether Ward down just in case there. The Glyph actually comes out. The Creeper got demolished already, but the Eidolons should be enough to tank it up. E-skills. Actually, they back off for the time being. They do not want to press the issue, although Dragon, he's not even level 6. Or E-skills, he goes back in. No, turns around. I guess their team wasn't really on the same page whether to go or not here. And the tower should get denied.
I'd say pretty okay coming out from both sides. Nobody lost anything, and while myInsanity, they were forced to deny the tower, they did get the deny off rather than just simply losing it.
It's always good to get a deny. It's kind of a moral victory on top of it, and of course, less gold to an enemy. Looking at the early graphs, gold graph is 500 in the favor of myInsanity. XP 1000, so actually they're looking good. Usually when there's an Enigma involved and the enemy doesn't have a traditional jungler, they just lose outright with early gold and XP, but myInsanity, they've been farming up really well so far.
Yeah, and obviously that Doom jungle working out for them. The Witch Doctor taking up that farm that had been given to him. And it looks like that Void has rotated up through to the top. He's going to be trying to get into those items he desperately needs. He's got that early levels. And now a possible push onto top might be incoming from myInsanity. The smoke coming in.
Oh, they go in. The Chrono catches all 3. They were smoked up, but they got ganked instead. There's the stun onto Steph style as well. He can't get this black hole off. He's even doomed up just in case. He's somehow still alive, but he will take down the deny. Nicely done by Ape Mother as Solen. Went for the life drain on Dragon. But what a Chrono this was. Just catching even 2 heroes that were smoked.
I feel actually that should have been a lot better with that Chronosphere. Possibly not quite targeting the correct hero right there, as sadly they are only going to be able to give up a deny after what was basically a pretty amazing ultimate coming out from the Faceless Void.
Yeah, at the moment they lacked the Witch Doctor Death Ward, I think there, or maybe just Crypt Swarms from the Death Prophet, anything, because Doom, yes, he got his ultimate off through the Chronosphere, but that was about it. The Unstable Concoction and the Doom all used on one hero, so with the 3 heroes that they had present there, they just didn't have enough firepower.
As looks like we do see Enigma, he's going for that, well, I'd say fast. It's not the fastest mech in the world. In fact, he's not even the highest farmer in the game. If we have a quick look at net worth, we do see he's actually in the lower end of the chart. Very surprising for Enigma, who's basically been left uncontested in the jungle.
Yeah, most certainly is at the moment, to be honest. Maybe he's been making small mistakes, although he has been rotating around. That one TP to the top lane, in particular, really actually hurt his farming speed, so he had to run all the way home. But Elder Dragon Form activated by E-skills. They want the tier 1 tower. Nether Blast coming out as well. They should get it Howl with the Eidolons, with the Wolves. Although stun being channeled by Victor, he's gonna stun himself. And another tower denied.
And we do see Enigma, he wants to go in. He saw that Alchemist was stunned up, but he's not going to get there in time. Sadly doesn't have that blink yet, but it looks like they want to keep pushing. They want to keep going, as realistically they don't really give up many ultimates to push, and they can just keep doing this.
Yeah, Elder Dragon Form, of course, still half a duration left. So why not keep going, although from the side they spot him out. Yes, they see the Witch Doctor, you cannot get caught. He's not that tanky at all, and he manages to just run away from the Dragon Knight. Whew, that was close. There's another ward, gonna get farmed up as well here. Tower, not even down to half HP, but still some damage done coast. They don't commit too much, and oh, top lane Solan, what? He gets a solo kill on the Faceless.
I'm not quite sure how that happened. I do know that Void was pretty low up here, but surely as soon as he saw the TP, he should have gotten out of there. He didn't even pop anything, is the Chronosphere and Time Walk are on cooldown. Weren't on cooldown.
Well, does Dragon, yeah, he has his mech flying out now, so they're going for a push of their own. The Exorcism is still only level 1 on Kohli though. So, it's gonna be fast, but is it gonna be fast enough? There is a Black Hole and Steph style as well if they want to contest, but man, fighting into Exorcism is always a scary thing to go for.
As Larkin does get a deny, very nice move there coming out from him. And that's going to be another tower coming out, as at this point, both these two teams effectively playing the siege game. They don't want to go up against each other's pushers, and it's effectively a case of the first one to blink is going to lose a lot.
Oh yeah, it's, to be honest, Coast, they should definitely be having the better of the push with the heroes that they have. But then again, they can't really clump up and go up against the Chronosphere. It's kind of a death sentence. What I would like to see is just Ape Mother. He has his power threads finished now. Maybe bring a smoke with that as well and just go for Roche.
Yeah, that is one of the advantages. In fact, both these two teams are pretty fast Roshers per se. You've got the Doom generally picks up some minus armor items on himself. And although he has picked up that mech first.
Oh, top lane Faceless Void. I think it's going to be a sad one. E-skills with the Invision. Has the Dragon Tail at the ready. Will he pop it before Solan comes in? Yes, he will. Even Elder Dragon Form activity. Will it be enough before the Time Walk? There's the Black Hole committed just to ensure the kill. Life Drain helps out with the damage, but there's the Paralysis against Malady. Completely off target, therefore. They're just going to run away from it. Nether Ward down. Finally, Doom up onto Steph style. We're not going to see anything else. No mech, no nothing as Solan. There's the heals coming in from the Dazzle. And oh, Dragon, he took so much damage. As unstable concoction, Solan drops low, Crypt Spawn, ensures the kill. So in the end, a 1-for-1.
But at the same time, that was, I would say that's way ahead for Coast right now, as they've still got all, as in they only popped one big ultimate right there. That's a Black Hole to pick up the Faceless Void. While practically every big ultimate there was used on myInsanity, and only one person went down.
And at the same time, Ape Mother going for the tower as well. Bottom lane activates his shapeshift. There's the Paralyzing Ask Maledict as well. Cryptron actually. Oh, never mind. Maledict. It was somehow off target. And yet another tower denied. Are you kidding me? All the towers Coast have killed have been denied.
Yeah, but a little bit sad pandas coming out for Coast. It looks like the Coast are going to want to try and get at least one tower kill. This tower at the top very, very low, and I don't see myInsanity really trying to defend this. Not with all their ultimates still being down.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. Victor trying to do something. Activates his Chemical Rage as well just to regen some mana. But tower goes down, and I think they're going to continue here.
Yeah, they finally pick up a tower kill rather than a tower deny.
And if you... I think that this was actually the first time I saw 3 towers getting denied in a row.
Both these two teams really doing very well. Not so much countering the siege-like pushing, as it really looks like that myInsanity, they want to go in, they want to stop this siege.
Actually, at the moment, I don't think Solan's Netherworld placement was the best. You can actually just place it completely in the trees as well, where they can't really deny it. But oh, Dragon, can you get the Doom up again onto Steftile? He's chasing him down. He doesn't want to commit it quite yet. Might have to go for the E-skills though. He gets the stun. There's the Chronosphere catching 2 Solen. He's so damn squishy. Exorcism is there as well. Unstable Concoction. Lands on 2. Frigolate goes down together with Solen. Everybody else makes it out, but still really good fight, and they didn't even have to use the Doom there.
Very nice fight, and I will say that trying to doom that Enigma would have been a terrible mistake, because Enigma still doesn't have his black hole up. And looks like this tier is going to be a tier 1 tower coming out for myInsanity, as they're going to try and increase their lead, or get their lead back.
Yeah, it's really surprising how well myInsanity is doing, both kill-wise as well as just getting towers down themselves. And now, Witch Doctor, he TP'd immediately to the mid lane to stop Lycan from roshing as well. So myInsanity, they're really on top of their game at the moment, just making the right decision and the right rotation.
Yeah, because it's worth noting that aside from the kills, this game is basically even at this point. As in, there's 2 more towers down for Coast, but 3 more kills for myInsanity, and the golden experience is effectively there's nothing in it. We do see a Kiilstofte being thrown out, but not going to do very much. Looks like something go in, and Alchemist is going to be able to get out there, using his Chemical Rage to regen up as much as he can, throwing out Unstable Concoction, but he may go down.
Oh, it's probably going to be enough. There's the stuns coming out, the right clicks from Ape Mother as well, finally joining the fight. So they get 1 kill, but they had to chase actually a long way for that. And actually they got the Doom out on Solen as well. So no Doom anymore, and that's most likely going to be the tier 2 gun now.
Yeah, they've got all their ultimates up. They can't really fight against this. Enigma doesn't quite have his blink up yet, but the Faceless Void, they're talking about that damage. He's only just picked up his Mask of Madness. Sadly, there's just a huge amount of pushing means he doesn't have enough room to be able to get the farm he needs. This is going to be another tier 2 tower going down eventually, as soon as this fortification ends.
Oh, the Yule Scepter onto E skills. He had the Elder Dragon form, but to get the tower, I'm just hoping they're going to back off now. There is a Chronosphere ready, although there's a Black Hole there as well. The Paralyzing Cast is stuns. Actually, the Dragon Tail onto Victor. Can he get his Unstable Concoction up? No! Oh, just barely before he stuns himself. Chronosphere catches 2 as well. Solen dropping low as his E-skills. Finally, the spirits arrive from Victor, but E-skills. His armor is pretty high. They get the mech gun, and now another world. Oh, the Black Hole catches 4 heroes. Breathe Fire onto Free to follow up. Beautifully done, and they all fall down. What a turnaround.
Absolutely amazing Black Hole right there, and myInsanity did walk into that as it wasn't even a blink Black Hole, you simply you turned around, pressed this R button, and pressed R to win effectively.
Yeah, and well, they have buybacks on 2 of their heroes, the Death Prophet and the Doom. They don't really want to expend it, and I mean, Grax down 18 minutes in. Oh god, this is looking just so good for Coast.
They want it all, they want 2, they want more, they want to end this game right now. They had a 70-minute game in round 1, and they want to go even faster this time.
Even faster! Oh, Paralyzing Cast comes out. Malediction together with the Doom on 800. There's the Death Ward. Actually doesn't do that much steps. It just activates the mech. And everybody's escaping. They use the drums. The stun though follows Ape Mother. Catches E-skills as well. Oh, what a nice unstable concoction. But the rest of the team just wasn't fast enough to follow. And they're going to turn it around. Ape Mother pops his shapeshift. Gonna go for Victor first. Actually, he's pretty damn speedy. And looks like nothing will come of this. Maybe Roche though for Coast. Or are they gonna turn around once again? The stun. Oh, Victor, he stunned himself. He got a bit too greedy. And he paid with his life for it. Malphite's onto Dragon as well. Do they have the additional lockdown? Anything? Dragon Tail still on cooldown. They get the stuns. The damage is there. The mech is popped. It's still not gonna be enough. Or is it? Oh, 6 HP. Yule's up onto E-skills to prevent that breathe fire from coming.
Very nice job there coming out from myInsanity, just keeping Doom alive, but even then, even when myInsanity felt like they had the fight there, they still lost a hero, and they lost their tier 3, they lost Rax on mid. This melee barracks took a whole bunch of damage. In fact, if they'd focused on the range Rax, they'd probably taken that.
Oh man, this... I think we're gonna see a huge change in the graphs. And yeah, looking at it, suddenly 7,500, a little bit more even, gold graph in the favor of Coast. XP 1k from myInsanity, suddenly 5k swing, 4k in the favor of Coast. Although there is an Aghanim Scepter now on the Witch Doctor with a level 2 ultimate. So if they ever get that Chrono with the Witch Doctor ultimate, they're just gonna win the teamfight straight out.
If they ever get it. But getting it has been the hard problem. We have seen some very nice positioning coming out from a Coast, just completely harassing myInsanity after these fights with their siege-like pushing playstyle. As we do see Lycan is going for the Roshan, but it is going to get spotted out.
I just love the Dazzle and his ultimate. Oh, they get the stun on Victor. Will they blow him up before he does anything? Of course they will. Dazzle actually gets the kill, Frigolite. With the Shadow Wave. There's the Death Ward though. Will the bounces be enough? There's the Chronosphere as well. 1-2 as actually Solan. He still gets the bounces. He is doomed up as well. But no. Finally, will they get any kills? Exorcism is there as well. And they actually make them back off from Roche. They throw up Steph style in the air. And they're probably gonna get Roche with this. Or are they? Solan somehow still alive. The paralyzing gas finally flying out a little bit too late. I can't believe he still survived, and now they're gonna go for Roche. They get it as well. Coley picks up the AG, but Ape Mother, he wants to join the fight in the Exorcism though. Is this a mistake? Oh no, Ape Mother, he has enough damage, but the Spirits come back. He's suddenly full HP again. And now Ape Mother, he's the one in trouble. Do they have a Shallow Grave? No, it's still on cooldown. And just look how low everybody on myInsanity is. But they still managed to just kite around coast and... Oh! Man, Frigolite couldn't even get the TP out here.
I believe a mistake right there, as we do see Death Prophet finally picking up that Dazzle, and that's going to be 10-10 there. Kills are all equal, and that's a very nice move, but Lycan wants more kills, using those.
Oh my god! Okay, I understand that they chased down Doom, but this is why he just ran into them. And of course, he just activated Mask of Madness before the wolf started hitting him, so he took extra damage from that.
But either way, that was a very nice move there by Lycan. In fact, those wolves were sat in the Roshan pit all that time, having the presence of mind to micro them and pick up 2 additional kills. Huge on him, and that's going to be even more gold, even more cash, as he's currently the highest farmer in the game by over 2k in front of that Death Prophet.
Yeah, and he has his Necro level 3 now, which is a huge increase in just pushing power. But looking at the graphs again, gold graph dropped down by 2.5 or so. XP, 6k swing back in the favor of myInsanity. So lots of back and forth, but I still think Coast with the pushing power can possibly overwhelm myInsanity.
Coast are in the lead, but at the same time, myInsanity have that lineup that means they're never truly out of it. Even if you had a fully slotted team on the Coast, if you get those ultimates off, as they're going to realize they're already up there.
Oh, the Doom goes out to Soul immediately. E-skills reveals himself. There's the 2-man Chronosphere. Actually, the Spirit's doing still damage. Soul. He's dropping low Shallow Grave, keeping him alive for the time being. But no, there's the Death Ward coming around. The bounces, they are too strong. 2 heroes down. Like we said, they are never out. They're even catching Steph style with the Evil Scepter, and yeah. Suddenly 3 heroes down and not losing a single one in return.
3 heroes down, they want to start pushing down mid, and this is the power of this kind of lineup where all of a sudden, on a dime, it can turn around and you're looking at the tier 2 tower getting taken out. Luckily, these mega creeps are going to be a bit of a pain for them to try and get rid of quickly. So they should be able to TP back in time to defend the racks and tier 3s. As a fortification is going to get popped. He wants to try and defend the tier 2.
Well, the minus armor is going to take away on them by the weave of the Dazzle. But does he really want to go that close up? Now the TPs are coming in, E-skills, they want to chase them down. No, actually smoke used, but Victor, he's gonna stun himself. And yeah, he's probably gonna be the sacrificial lamb here. Oh, E-skills, can he get a Dragon Tail though? Victor, he's a little bit faster. Oh, can he? What? I was so sure he's gonna die there when he stunned himself.
A little bit lucky right there that the Dragon Knight couldn't get into range. But either way, I've noticed the Alchemist, he hasn't quite been getting off those unstable concoctions when he needs to.
Yeah, he's been just trying to go big, trying to chase them down, but Coast have been a little bit too fast in just disengaging, and a few fights were set up for the side of Coast, for the benefit of Coast by those self-stuns. But overall, Alchemist, he's been doing, I guess, a decent enough job. He just needs to provide the acid spray into the Chronosphere, unstable concoction, somebody there. Just ensure that they blow somebody up and be happy with it. But now Coley, he even has a BKB on himself on the Death Prophet. So they're actually getting a lot of items now all of a sudden.
Yeah, and although the real interesting thing is currently the Void is 0, 5, and 7. As in, not often you see that on a Void on 2 teams that are pretty close together. Yes, he was on that offlane position, but he had a pretty good offlane, in fact, for a, against what a Void normally has. Because of those weaker dry lanes that we saw coming out from Coast.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't bad. Well, in theory, I think it died a couple of times. But Enigma made his rotations quite late still. He is going for the Aghanim Scepter though, and I think it's the best item choice for him as well. Just ensure that you can more or less just win team fights every 60 seconds.
Yeah, that's the real power of an Aghanim's Faceless Void. If you're trying to go for damage, it's not the greatest, but if you just want that ultimate, if you want it up as often as possible for as long as possible, there's no better item. If it does increase that cooldown to 6 seconds when it's the level 3 ultimate.
Man, the Chronosphere is just such a ridiculous ability. And thank god that Meteor Makers, they have actually abilities to make use of the good Chrono as well, like the Death Ward, which in the last fight did a ridiculous amount of damage and actually rode to 4k. He's 6, 0 and 5. So this Witch Doctor has been playing really well.
If you keep playing like this, it'll be 4k in no time.
Indeed he will. As at the one coast, Lycan still is ahead by 2k net worth. Going for an AC next, has a Blade Mail for himself. And they're pushing, I mean, they got Midrax, got the tier 3 tower bottom lane, but after that, all they've gotten is the tier 2 top, I think. So not getting too much accomplished, and now there's a gem up on the Doombringer, so no more wolf scouting.
Yep. But you say that all they've accomplished is get the tier 2. That is still quite a lot in terms of map control. It's only 27 minutes in, and all it takes is one mistake by myInsanity, and this game's over. One mistake, and they can easily get to mega groups. With the amount of push we're seeing on Coast. But to say that in terms of pushing power, Coast is far greater than myInsanity. As myInsanity, they really need their that ultimate death profit, but they also need the ultimate death profit in terms of a team fight.
Oh yeah, indeed they do, and actually, at the moment Doombringer, he has a Blade Mail. Actually, he's had it for some time already. I mean, not the worst choice at all. Pogna, when he wants to go for the life drain, you just go Blade Mail, or, well, against anything Coast has to offer really. But oh, the Black Hole, they catch the Faceless Void. Will there be follow-up stance? The Dragon Tail will be there. Is there enough damage to his backtracking? Quite a lot. Can he get the time lock? The Malphite. Oh, is he gonna tick down to the last right clicks? Yes, he is. Road to 4k, a little bit too late, and of course only level 1 Voodoo Restoration.
And another self-stun coming out from Alchemist. The wrong kind of selfie.
Self-stun is best stun. Never underestimate self-stun, man. But at the moment, Enigma, he has his BKB flying out, so that is a pretty huge pickup, I think. And there's a gem on Frigalite as well, so both teams have gems and map control. I think Coast is probably going to get the better of it because they are the ones more active on the map.
Yeah, in terms of map control, Coast definitely, due to all those towers that are missing, it just hurts so much from myInsanity.
And well, with the BKB Enigma, his Black Hole still can be stopped by the Chrono or by the Doom. And of course, I actually think that the Steph style is probably the priority target for the Doom. Yeah, either Pogna or the Enigma.
As the Doom, as I'm saying that myInsanity have that instant win combo, so to say, they also have some pretty good combos of their own with that Enigma. If he can hit that ultimate on even 3 or 4, 2 to 3 heroes, that would be more than enough to easily win a team fight, especially with the amount of AoE nuke we're seeing coming out of the Coast.
Yeah, they most certainly can. They just have so much to input. Midnight Pulse, of course, would be ideal if you can actually get it under the Black Hole. Usually, you never see it happen, but once he gets that, like you said, lots of AoE, Nether Blasts, even Frigolith's Shadow Wave, and Breathe Fire, so should be plenty. And once he gets that level 3 Elder Dragon form, the Frost Dragon, it's just gonna be so devastating if you actually get caught by the Black Hole.
Yep, it's going to eventually, especially in the late game, just essentially going to come...
bottom lane Ape Mother, he's going down for sure. Maledict with the Death Ward. Actually, he was still pretty damn tanky having the Blade Mail, having the armor from it. But against 2 heroes like that, just no chance.
And they didn't even have to pop off the Chronosphere right there. Although the Death Ward is going to be down for another 60 seconds. But without that Lycan, that is a lot of damage being removed from the hands of Kosen. They might want to start pushing down some of these lanes.
Oh, well, at the moment it's a fine balance in this game, I have to say. Because, like you said, the pushing power from Coast, if they win one team fight, it's just gonna be Brax after that, most likely. And myInsanity, if they just keep on getting pickoffs like this, I think they're looking really good just coming into the late game.
I'd say for both these two teams, as we do see the experiences basically equal a small lead for myInsanity, and I'd say a sizable gold lead, 5k for a Coast, which 30 minutes in is okay. It's not insignificant, but at the same time, it's mostly due to those towers that have been taken out by Coast right now.
Yeah, they are still 3 towers ahead, so that's actually a pretty huge part, and of course it gives a lot of map control. But Roshan is, yeah, it just respawns, so myInsanity, they can easily go for it as Faces Void. He's had enough gold for an Aghanim Scepter for quite a while, but hasn't just decided to pick it up yet. And oh, top lane, they're gonna go in another black hole, this time on the Doombringer. They're probably gonna have enough Dragon Tail to follow, and yes, skills gets the kill.
But we do say they might want to follow this up. Not going to be able to get there in time, but pulling off that black hole, I'm not quite sure if it's worth it on just the Doom. Don't get me wrong, the Doom's a good pick, but it means as soon as he spawns back up, myInsanity is going to realize that they've got effectively 120 seconds to play with, to push, and to take advantage of that huge cooldown being blown.
Yeah, I was really expecting for Coast to just straight up go for Roche once they got that kill.
But they got that kill expending a huge resource and they're not using it. They're not doing something, not trying to push or pressure. They're just simply sitting back and farming, and yes, getting a kill on Doom's always nice, but it's effectively is probably a negative in the long run. Or at least in the next, 140 seconds.
His Faces Void actually going for a BKB now instead of finishing the Aghanims, because why else would you be saving up gold like this and not getting the Aghanims?
Not maybe a buyback. Maybe he's a little bit worried that at this stage in the game they could simply just push down the towers if any of them die.
Well, I guess it might be not the bad choice by any means. And actually, there's a Blink Dagger on Witch Doctor as well, so they can definitely go for the fight. And if Faces Void dies and doesn't have the buyback, you can just lose Roche, lose Rax, whatever have you. Lol. Witch Doctor, he came near Roche Pit, and with the gem, suddenly the wolf in the Roche Pit got revealed, and Roshan was not happy about it.
Yep, I know. Maybe he's saving up for a Blink Dagger on Void. Just Blink Daggers everywhere.
My Blink Dagger, awesome item.
It's like a second leap.
Indeed it is. I mean, but think how sick it would be, how far from you could initiate. First you blink, then you time walk, and Time Chronosphere, of course. Your team probably wouldn't be able to follow up anyway.
And even better, that when I do that build in pubs, people can't complain because I saw it in a pro game once.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing to say. It's like, happened in a pro game, and you also have to have the link to the vote, otherwise they won't believe you.
Actually, I once was in a game with someone who did that, where they warded their own jungle because they saw it in a pro game once.
Yeah, actually, I mean, it's a bad excuse.
Obviously not understanding that, warding your own jungle, you're supposed to ward the Radiant jungle when you're on the dire side.
Well, in some cases it actually makes sense. If you are expecting an aggressive jungle like, oh, actually he skills, he gets used up. He's so low on mana as well, silenced up, but can they actually chase him down? Oh, Dragon, he's trying to calm Maledict. It actually connects, but he skills. He is fast enough. No Trom charges though. Oh, level def. Oh, the blink def ward, he skills. Probably gonna go down, or is he actually activates his BKB to make sure, but BKB may be an overkill as death style. Stuns up road to 4k. Everybody's just escaping in the end, or are they stolen? Life draining Coley. Pops down the nether ward as well. That was some crazy chasing.
Yeah, both teams kind of meeting each other in jungle and trying to work out on the fly what to do, but everyone's gonna get out alive. It's like a happy Disney movie.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's actually sick how happy Disney movies are all the time, and how fast they fall in love.
Disney movies are amazing. It'd be amazing if everything was just like a Disney movie. Because even if, bad things still happen, you still get an awesome villain song to go with each bad thing. And best case scenario, all the police will realize all the villains are saying all their evil stuff in song.
I love Disney movies, they are awesome, but oh, bottom lane Chronosphere onto Ape Mother should be an easy kill, paralyzing cask, Maledict as well. Although the Faces Void, his damage output is really weak, but the Maledict Giant Saber Concoction follows him as well. Even the shape doesn't get him out of there. But the Faceless Void, man, he just barely scratched the Lycan himself.
Well, it's the disadvantage of doing that Aghanim Scepter. You just simply don't do any damage. A Mask of Madness 35 minutes in as being your only damage item just isn't good enough, as they say. But still, with the Malediction, it effectively means that for every point of damage Void can do normally, the Malediction is doing about 40% more.
Yeah, well, just look at this Roche drop now. They even have a Medallion, Acid Spray, even the Exorcism Muse. Maybe a bit of an overkill, but Roche secured. Faceless Void gets himself a Aegis. And Kohli, he's only 500 gold away from finishing his Heart of Tarask. And still Coast, they're just pushing out the top lane. They like it most. There's a Blink Dagger on Step Style, another 2.7k gold. And will we get to see another huge black hole like we did in the mid lane? Well, ages ago already.
Well, possibly, but I will say it's a good thing mentioning that they're pushing the top lane and not the bottom lane, which is a bit interesting, as I feel that we saw some very impressive sieging coming out from a Coast through the beginning of this game, and possibly doing a little bit of that on these very exposed racks here on the bottom tier 3s. You know, they've done no damage to it ever since they took down that tier 3 tower.
Yeah, it's really funny to match, but myInsanity, they played really well like in the super early game, getting lots of kills as well as even towers. Then they faltered once, and they lost their rack straight after that. But they regained their composure and haven't really made any mistakes at all after that.
No, because they have actually managed to maintain that 5k lead for Coast. That it's not decreasing, but it's not increasing either. And as the game goes on, our 5k lead becomes less and less and less useful. As it looks like they are actually going to be listening to our casting and going to be start pushing out this bottom lane.
Yeah, it's a little bit. We are still in, well, 2 creep swarms. There is no more creep wave anymore. Coast, they just need to get 1 pick off, and go from there. I don't really think they can go high ground 5 against 5. It's just too scary what myInsanity has as far as teamfight goes.
Well, both these two teams, they're very, very scary in that regards, and it's going to all be a case of where we get some initial pick off as Death Prophet might need to be a little bit careful here. As if she gets caught out, it could be bad pandas.
Well, their best initiation is actually the Enigma, who's the only one having a Blink Dagger. Frigolith has a 4-staff, which probably isn't going to be enough to catch him off guard that easily. But we just see the teams being on opposite sides of the map.
Interesting enough, Doom also has the money for a Blink Dagger at the moment, but he's choosing not to pick it up.
Oh, Victor, he's probably gonna get caught. Easy kills, of course. Oh no, they ping him out. They're channeling the stun on Alchemist already. 8 Mother. He's on the run. He's doomed up. He got his shapeshift though. And will we see a crown? Yes, we will on 2 heroes left side. He can't get his black hole off, and 8 Mother dropping low as well. As is the Faceless Void, the life drain. Actually, he's gonna bring him down, or is it the mech? Keeps him alive for a little while longer. But he had the Aegis, of course. He's still doing a lot of damage onto the dragon, who is dropping low as far as armor is concerned next to the Wii. But oh, Soulline just gets demolished by the Exorcism. E-skills probably gonna be next Kohli. He's still alive, finally goes down Frigolith. His man moding trying to save E-skills, but in the end it is a 5-for-1. Well, 5-for-2 if you account the Aegis. But
and that is huge coming out right there. Coast is getting completely destroyed. They kind of got caught out of position where the Dragon Knight just being stuck in those trees, going a bit too aggressive, and that is going to be a huge turnaround as they're looking to go start pushing. But the middle tower mid is going to have to be dealt with.
Yeah, it's a huge loss indeed, and I mean, since they haven't been able to reach racks for like almost 20 minutes now, and losing a team fight when trying to go for racks actually as a 5-man, it must be devastating to you. And now, not only do they lose the team fight, they're going to lose a tower as well, and I mean, just look at Doom, 4.3k gold in the bank, 2.2 on Faceless Void, and him having the Crystallis. If he finishes the Daedalus, actually, he's gonna start dishing out some serious damage as well. But oh, BKB! He went for the Midnight Pulse, got a little bit greedy. Blink was there out before the Witch Doctor. There's the Death Ward as well, and now he's just turning it around. Step Style pops his mech finally, but they didn't get a single kill. Or actually, Death Prophet, he did die as my computer completely lags. But 8 Mother, he wants to chase down Doom, activates his Blade Mail, but 8 Mother doesn't really care, going for the right click still. Everybody else is TPing out. And that fight should have been so much better for Coast, I think.
I feel both those two teams kind of should have had a slightly better time. The Void with the ultimate plus the Witch Doctor ultimate. And not to mention the Enigma just so close to hitting that 3-man black hole. Sadly, we had the Witch Doctor who was on the ball and he got a little bit greedy with that Midnight Pulse. But either way, it looks like the push is going to be coming on. The Enigma's down, but so is the Doom. And it's basically going to be a 4 versus 4 fight.
Well, I think Doom doesn't really need to buy back here. myInsanity should have enough to stop it, although Chronosphere is on cooldown, so it might not be true. Paralyzing Cast comes out, Elder Dragon Form activated already, the stuns coming in from Victor. They go for Ape Mother, or will they? Exorcism activated as well, melee Barax. They are going to reach up, so they have to commit. They want to do so else. There's the Chronosphere, actually catching only one. Rax still alive thanks to the Glyph. Ape Mother taking a lot of damage, as is Solan. Nice shallow grave though, Ape Mother. It's going to go down to the Exorcism. Finally Doom on E-skills, but they get the melee Rax, they suicide into it. And at this point, I actually think it's worth it. Even Frigolite is going to lose his life, but it's not like they're going to lose counter Rex on top of this or anything.
Well, they're not going to lose counter Rex. They might see some pushing coming out now, as this time the Death Prophet is alive, and Death Prophet can push a lot faster than the the last push we saw attempting to come out in this bottom lane.
But his Exorcism is already in cooldown, so it's not nearly as scary, I think.
That is the issue with the myInsanity being the defenders, that it's always going to mean they don't have that exorcism for the pushing, they've only got it for the team fight.
Well, at least they're still getting some gold to get the next level of items, maybe get Boots of Travels along the way on somebody, because this is actually already 41 minutes in, so yet another rather long game for Coast. When they got their first racks, it definitely felt like we're gonna see a tap out like 5 minutes later or something, as they lose another set, maybe even all 3 sets of racks, but completely the opposite is what's happening at the moment. And looking at the graphs again now, gold actually probably zeroed out. The game is paused, so I can't really see where it ends, or never mind, I can see from the bottom as well. It is still 1,500 gold lead for Coast, but it's almost, well, not almost, but it's pretty much nothing 41 minutes in. XP 11,000 in the favor of myInsanity.
Yeah, this is quickly becoming a ticking time bomb for a Coast, as every single team fight, every single push that goes in favor of myInsanity is even more advantage. They're racking up and being able to take into that late game, and late game, I will say they do have a lot more cores than their opposing team.
Yeah, I mean, Lycan definitely doesn't do as much. He's gonna get just kited around most of the time. Exorcism, it's gonna keep on doing a lot of damage. Yes, the Assault Cuirass helps against that, but not nearly enough. Even Victor has himself a Heaven's Halberd now, so mitigating the damage output from Coast even more. And they have reached the doorsteps of the Coast base. But Coast, they are all alive. They do not have the black hole at the moment though.
But we do see that Coast turning up and defending is going to be enough to send myInsanity back home. And that's going to be, the racks do stay up. Objective-based gaming is kind of in the lead at the moment. But this at the moment is anyone's game.
Yeah, it certainly is. And though Faces White has another 4k gold, probably wants to save for buyback, or I'd have to say most certainly yes. Doom. He has himself Boots of Travels now as well. Another 2.3k in the bank. He's getting chased by a wolf though. Unfortunately, no heroes close enough, as Solan finishes his own BKB on the puck now. Can go for undisturbed life drain if he really wants to. As E-skills has his own Crystallis as well, and just look at the smokes. Free smoke spot at the exact same time.
Yep, everybody are buying up their smokes, and did they actually have any more left in the game? I know there's been a few other smoke ganks previously. There's one on the Coast team left, and
myInsanity will have one in 30 seconds.
Yep, so we are going to be going into minute number 43. Just remember, it was around about 17 minutes in which this first set of racks was taken. We're now 43 minutes in.
I don't know the exact stats, of course, about it, but it's probably pretty low of having a comeback from that phase of the game, or such a state.
If I've learned anything from people who do stats elsewhere, it's something to do with legs.
Oh yeah, has to be. More legs, more winning. And when are we ever going to see a Broodmother? It's not in Captain's mode anyway at the moment, I think, right?
Well, he's just too overpowered, as that many legs, it's...
Yeah, plus not only does he have legs, his spiderlings have legs as well.
Yeah. As it
Oh,
literally
they fight the
counter
Witch
play.
Doctor. They get the stun as well. Life Drain is there. Are they gonna get the kill? Yes, they are. That's a huge pickup. And he doesn't have buyback. Oh my god. Well, never mind. He's gonna have it in 7 seconds time. But Victor, he's not gonna be as lucky. He goes down and he does not have buyback. Even in 7 seconds, he won't. Witch Doctor has it now, but and they have to do it fast because the racks are falling. Will there be a Doom? The Chrono actually still not used it yet. He doesn't know what to go for. There was only one target, the Ape Mother. He's stunned up now. There's the Chrono onto 2 heroes. Exorcism just completely mows through them. Ape Mother can't do anything with the Death Ward helping out. E-skills down. Ape Mother gonna fall shortly. And so at least the tier 3 fell and they got the buyback from Witch Doctor.
Not
And
quite sure what
they're gonna
he
get Solen as well.
Yeah, not quite sure what he was doing right there, but he is going to get taken out. Dual Scepter cancelling out his TP.
Just the amount of damage the Exorcism does, it's so sick. Especially if you're just next to the Death Prophet. The spirits get to you faster and just you get wrecked.
But either way, that is another tower going down. myInsanity, they keep winning the team fights, but they're losing towers. And at the end of the day, they can't keep doing that. They will eventually lose all their towers.
Yeah, it's definitely a threat. Oh man, Doom. He's going for a Refresher Orb next. Has himself a Perseverance. I guess it could be either a Battle Fury or a Link and Spear, but I'm pretty positive that it is going to be a Refresher.
I know, are there any other terrible items on Doom that you can buy with the Refresher?
Oh wow. I mean, we really haven't seen the Black Hole come into play except for solo kills as well as that one big team fight. But of course, just having the Chronosphere, it's so hard to actually position yourself for the Black Hole and get the proper duration of it.
Yeah, because you just see the positioning for myInsanity has just been perfect. And they are going to pick up another Roshan and the cheese this time. As a Brit, I can love the cheese.
Tea and cheese? Hmm? Does tea and cheese go well together at all? Have you even tried it?
You know, tea, biscuits, and cheese. You know, you have like a
Oh.
little platter on a cool Sunday afternoon. Sounds nice. Cheers.
To have your tea with milk?
Of course. You know, you want milk in it. Strong, but, you know, none of this herbal stuff.
Yeah, when I was in high school, my English teacher actually, I think it was once per year when the year was about to end, we did a tea party. It was awesome, man.
Tea is amazing. Keep your coffee.
Yeah. I love tea. I hate coffee.
But tea or coffee or not, we do see this push is going to be coming in. The last set of racks is here, and the stun's going to go into Lycan.
Well, actually, the stun on the faces void as well. No Chronosphere yet. Really go for it on E-skills only. The Black Hole catches both of them. Do they have enough damage input though? Faces void, he's way too tanky, but the racks, they're focusing on it. Nicely done as well. They need only the range rack bottom lane and the Ape Mother. He's gonna go for it. He doesn't care about the rest of his team. He's like, guys, you can die as long as I get racks. As long as there are mega creeps, we win the game, and that is what they have now. Ape Mother even trying to TP out. Will there be a stun to stop it? No, there won't. So, 4 heroes down. Can myInsanity now go for counter racks, or not even only racks, but just full on GG? But Exorcism down for 80 seconds.
They need to win this right now, the second. And again, they won the team fight, but they lost the racks. And at the end of the day, the racks is all that matters, objective-based gaming.
Oh, this is a sad life at the moment for myInsanity. The pressure must be on them at the moment. Finally, Coast got what they wanted, and oh, Coley, he picks up a straight up Refresher Orb. You don't have to wait for 55 seconds for the Exorcism once the Refresher Orb hits him. Actually, that is a really smart item pickup. They realize that it's just do or die, and they are gonna go for the try at least.
They're going to go for the do, and can they do this? They need to just win this racks right now, this moment. As the fortification does get popped out. But the Exorcism is here.
To be honest, I guess you couldn't really wait. And Ape Mother, he already TP'd to the bottom lane as well to just push out the lanes. The Witch Doctor actually stays home to try to counter push. But oh, they're gonna go in. The Chronosphere actually catches Frigolith. Not the highest priority target. Lifestyle is still out of it. Easy kill. Might be the next target. Oh, Soul and BKB won't get stunned. Exorcism still dishing out sometimes with E-skills. He actually kills a Faceless Void, but the Aegis comes into play there. And well, it's still gonna be only one Exorcism, and it's gonna wear off as well. So they don't even get a single set of racks, at least not yet. And Ape Mother, he's going for tier 4s together with Soul, and I think this is GG. It's a base trade of sorts. Ape Mother, oh, the Death Ward actually with the Maledict. Road to 4k. He's just making them back off for the time being, but the death ward is gonna expire eventually, and now in their own base, kills doomed up. He doesn't have buyback either. Will actually go down, but I think the pushing power just isn't there anymore. And yeah, Ancient is exposed, although Solan, he might go down. Just look at the death ward, damaging the Voodoo Restoration. As 8 Mother going for the Ancient, it's down to half HP. Doom stuns him up. Will it be there? Victor gets the stun as well. Lycan, shapeshift activated. Oh, what a game! But the creeps, they're helping out Solan with the right clicks, with the howl damage, and that is GG.
Yeah, that is going to be a lovely end to the game right there. As Coast, they're going to move on to the semi-finals. Not quite sure who team they're going to be going up against. As myInsanity, they do drop out. Very close game there in the end, and you know, possibly one of the few games which the team with the most gold and the most experience and the most kills didn't win.
Yeah, they were just a little bit too far behind, and Coast, at some point they realized that we just got to sacrifice ourselves against the Rax and be happy with it. Of course, they got one pick off as well before, and that was really all they needed. So really well played by Coast. Like you said, they advanced to the semi-finals to face, I think it was X Game, probably.
X Game KZ. If the update has come through. Yep, X Game did beat Power Rangers, meaning it's going to be Coast versus X Game in the round of 3.
So yeah, we'll just have to wait for House of Gamers versus Compass Gaming to finish. Since our games were so ridiculously long, they actually started without us, unfortunately. I was really hoping to cast Compass Gaming. But whatever the case may be, guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for staying with us, hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to follow us wherever you can. You can find all the necessary links below the stream, and thanks to Benchy for casting with me, of course.
Yep, great to be here.
And people can find you at Benchy, right?
Yep, at Benchy on both Twitch TV and Twitter. And also, obviously, here on HeflaTV 1 and 2.
So yeah, just, guys, some songs as we wait for the next game to finish then. And, well, our next game to start again, and the other games to finish. But yeah, just some songs.